The attacks in Paris have only heightened fears that anti-Semitism is on the rise in France, prompting some Jews to consider moving to Israel. The possibility is deeply troubling to France's prime minister. He says an exodus of Jews would be disastrous to the French Republic, which he says was shaped heavily by the Jewish culture. France is home to 500,000 Jews. That's the largest population in Europe and third largest after Israel and the United States. But last year, a record number of French Jews, 7,000, emigrated to Israel. And in an interview with CNN, the French ambassador to the United States expressed concerns similar to those of the French prime minister.
Personally, I'm devastated by the idea that some of my compatriots are going to Israel, not are going to Israel because they chose to go to Israel, but are going to Israel because they don't feel safe in France. It will be a major moral, political, human failure of the French Republic if you are not able to protect our Jewish compatriots. And the President said it, the Prime Minister. For us, it's a major challenge, and we'll do our best to face it.
Cyril Berdugo joins me now. He grew up in Paris, but his family, actually, he moved out of the country a few years ago, but his parents remain. He moved out due to anti-Semitism. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So what kind of discussion did you have with your parents when you decided to move from Paris?
It was very simple. Since the early 2000s, we've seen a rise of anti-Semitism in France, especially in Paris, with synagogues and young Jews being attacked on a regular basis. In 2006, a 23-year-old Jewish man named Ilan Halimi was abducted, tortured for 24 days, and killed by a group of extremists. In 2012, there was a major Jewish attack, including a jihadist who actually went to Syria and came back to France to attack 7 people, including 4 Jews at a Jewish school in Toulouse. In 2014, there was another jihadist who went to Syria and came back to Europe, killing 4 Jews at a Jewish museum in Brussels, Belgium. I left France a few years ago when those attacks were happening, and I told my family that it was very obvious to me that anti-Semitism was becoming impossible in France. It was becoming an intolerable situation in France. And I told my parents that I would leave to be able to express my Judaism in a very free way here in the U.S.
So you couldn't express that because of fear in France. What was that like?
That is correct. You know, there are Jews being assaulted in the street of Paris and all over France and all over Western Europe on a daily basis because they wear a yarmulke or a Star of David and because they are apparently Jews. And unfortunately, there is a radical Islam that is attacking Jews on a regular basis.
So your parents decided to stay, though. Why did they decide to stay?
They decided to stay because they've been there for 40 years, and they thought that it would be easier to keep going with what they've been enduring in France instead of moving and rebuilding a network and rebuilding companies elsewhere. But you know what
some people say, that if you let the terrorist win if you move out of France.
That's right, but a recent poll said that about 75% of Jews in France have thought about leaving France. And that's because of fear, but it's also because of the love of another country. You know, it could be Israel, it could be the UK, it could be the US. If they want to be Jews, and if they want to be free, and if they want to feel secure, then they will unfortunately have to leave.
Well, let me ask you that question again, and trust me, I'm asking you this from a naive place because I'm not Jewish. I don't know how that feels. But what would you say to those people who say that if Jewish people move out of France, they let the terrorists win because you're being chased around the world again?
There's some part of truth in that. Unfortunately, every Jewish family has felt like what has happened to Jews over the last 10 years in France could have happened to them. And that is the major issue that French Jews are facing today. I personally know people that were killed in the attacks last week. You know, what if I am next? What if my mother is next? I do believe that Jews do live in fear in France, and I believe that now is the time to go.
Cyril, thank you so much for sharing your story. We appreciate it. We do. We're going to talk more about anti-Semitism in France. We're going to go back to Paris and talk to Jim Sciutto about that, but that happens in the next hour, which starts after a break.